3D printing with TPU can be a nightmare, and in this video I'm going to show you 4 different tips on how to print TPU on your 3D printer. Starting with number 1, the most annoying thing about TPU is it absorbs water out of the air like a sponge. It's like the ShamWow of filament. It absorbs water out of the air, and this is really bad because when the filament goes into your printer, the nozzle is super heated. So when that filament touches the nozzle, it's got a bunch of water inside that gets instantly vaporized, making it kind of pop and shoot out of the nozzle, completely ruining your chances of having good quality prints. So if your hair is wet, you use a hair dryer, but for filament, you would use a filament dryer. Here's one. So with a filament dryer, all you gotta do is open up the lid, put the filament in, close the lid, turn it on, and then you gotta set the timer. So for me, I usually dry it for about 10 to 12 hours. This dries it completely, gets rid of all the water. So this filament dryer is amazing. This is the Sunlu, I forget the actual name, but it has 4 slots so you can dry up to 4 filaments at a time. It's amazing. If you want to learn more, I'll have a link down in the description so you can check it out. So after 12 hours are up, you want to take the filament out and you are ready for printing. So once your TPU is dry and ready for printing, you want to put it onto your printer, but you cannot use the AMS. And I put a star on this because Bambu Lab has their TPU for AMS. It's specifically made to be used with the AMS, but most TPUs like this one from Overture is not. So it's really flexible and it gets caught in like the motors and like the tubing, so you can't really use it with your AMS. What you can do is load it onto your printer manually. And once your filament is loaded onto the printer, you cannot print yet. You have to have the right kind of build plate. So here are a few different types of build plates. So the standard one that comes with like the A1 Mini is this textured PEI sheet. This will work with TPU, but plates like this one, this is the Super Tack build plate from Bambu Lab. These cannot. These are way, way, way too sticky. So when you try to print on it, TPU is basically like rubber. So it kind of like, it cements itself to the build plate. The problem isn't bed adhesion, it's getting the print back off of the plate. It'll most likely damage your plate. It'll literally rip it apart. So you cannot use this kind of build plate. You can only use this textured PEI, which is the standard on the Bambu Lab printers, or something like this. This is the smooth plate. Those are the only kind of build plates that can work with TPU. So my favorite is to use just the regular old textured one. Also, a side note, if you have a glue stick for the smooth plate especially, you can rub the glue stick on it to help it come back off. So putting glue stick on your smooth bed is the best for TPU. So once you got your filament dried, you got it loaded into your printer, get the right build plate. Last but most definitely not least is the slicer settings. So you can really print fast with PLA, but not TPU. So manufacturer and different types of TPU come into play because they each print at different speeds. So for this one, this is the high speed version of the Overture TPU, and this one supports printing up to 90 millimeters a second, which is much, much slower than the standard speeds on the Bambu printer. So let's hop into Bambu Studio and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so here I am in Bambu Studio. So first of all, I'm in just a regular project. So we select the type of printer. I'm gonna be using the A1 Mini, and then you'd select the type of bed. So I'm gonna be using the textured PEI plate, which is the regular one, or you can choose other ones. If you do select the Super Tack plate, it'll come up with this error saying that it's not good to use that, so that's another double check. So once I choose my printer and the bed, I'm gonna choose the type of filament I'm using. For me, I'm using the Overture filament, so it doesn't have like an actual profile on here. So I just chose generic TPU. But if you're using like Bambu TPU or whatever kind of filament, you want to choose that right here. So once you have that selected, you want to choose whatever kind of profile you're using. So the standard is like the 0.2 standard, but you need to come into the speed settings and then you need to lower all of these. Anything that's above, like I said, 90 is the top. So for the outer wall, instead of 200, we're gonna put in something like, I usually drop it down to like 60. Inner wall, I'm gonna do like 90. And these are the limits. So like You can lower it. You can lower anything below 90. You just can't really go above that. Sparse infill, just set to 90. Solid infill, 90. Just change anything that's above 90 to lower. Initial layer, you can lower that speed as well. Another big thing, big kind of negative about TPU is you can't really use supports. So this, again, goes back to whatever you're going to be printing. If it requires a lot of supports, you're probably not going to be able to print it with TPU. There are currently a lot of high-end printers that have multiple nozzles or multiple print heads that you can print TPU and then another kind of plastic, and then you can use other plastics for the supports. This is very advanced, and these printers cost thousands of dollars currently, so that is not really an option. So your only other option is to not use supports. And then after you have all those settings changed, you're pretty much good to go. Be sure to let me know down in the comments what you are actually printing with TPU, and if you liked this video, if you learned anything, be sure to drop a like and subscribe to see my other videos coming soon to the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.